Hi everyone, Parker Glynn-Adey here with Math 133, and I want to talk a little bit about our term test. So I've got a lot of commentary to the effect, yo man, that test was hard AF. I didn't know anything. It was so hard. Comments sort of of this type. So lots of people experience this test as extremely difficult. We totally understand that. And that's because this course is a very difficult course. Now, the good news is that people always pass, okay? There's always some way through this course. And I want to talk a little bit about people's experiences of the test and how we can prepare for the coming term tests. So, one comment. The test was so hard. The financial math questions were vague and I didn't understand what I was being asked to do for all the formula-rated questions as they required a final value, and there's no way to calculate a final value with no calculator and no numbers. All the questions consisted of variables. It's terrible. So, what we need to do is we need to understand that this course is going to be very conceptual. There's going to be a lot of variables, lots of sort of conceptual questions about how things work, and coming up with formulas that you might not have seen before. So in this math course, lots of the answers are going to be formulas. We're going to be looking for sort of deep conceptual understanding of things. Okay? The marks for the first test were quite low, and many people are quite upset about this. This is perfectly reasonable because marks are important and you want to get the highest mark that you can. So this first test is a learning opportunity to notice what we're looking for in the course and to learn from our mistakes. So you might recall that the marks on assignment 1 were not very good. Again, people were very surprised. They felt the marks were unfair or difficult, etc. So on assignment 1, we were looking for a high level of writing. We wanted clear, concise explanations of what was going on. And throughout the remaining assignments, the marks have steadily gone up. We've seen people get better and better at writing. This is exactly what's going to happen with the term test marks. So you now know the sort of the standard of this course, that we're looking for high level conceptual understanding with formulas and means of coming up with formulas. That's going to continue on the other term tests. And as you stick with the course and progress, you're going to be able to develop that high level of understanding. And at the end of the day, you're going to have done a really hard thing. You'll have passed, and that's a pretty amazing thing. So I want to recommend some strategies to make passing as easy as possible. Firstly, come to office hours. So every year we have many students in this course, and that small group of students who come to office hours, they often do quite well in the course. So attend your professor's office hours. Attend TA's office hours. Those are opportunities where you can interact with us one-on-one and develop that deep conceptual understanding that you're looking for. Okay? Come to lectures and participate in them. So lectures are an opportunity to ask hard questions. A question of the form, will this be on the test? Not especially hard. The answer is almost always yes. Okay? But the questions that you want to be asking in lecture are, how can I understand this? Or could you say that in another way for me? Or what's an example of that phenomenon? Okay? Try and pull out the material that you need to succeed from lecture. We're all there. It's an opportunity for all of us to go through the material together. So continue attending lectures. Another very helpful resource is a community of people who are learning with you. So get involved in a study group, meet some friends in this class, and explain to your friends how this material works. In my experience, I learn best by teaching. So if I want to learn something, I start teaching it to people, and I start explaining it to people. And the more I do that, the deeper I understand it, the better I have a grasp on that material. So form some kind of study group, work with your peers, and all of you will succeed together. Okay? And this last one, I recommend that you adopt a growth mindset towards this class. Adopt the mindset that you can succeed. There's going to be hundreds of people who pass this course, and you could be one of them. So think to yourself, I can do this. I can make this course a success instead of a failure. And that will influence your decisions going through the rest of the course, and you'll fare much better. The last thing I want to point out is that the instructors of this course are aware of how hard and difficult you perceived the term test to be. So we hear you, we understand that it's difficult. We've designed the syllabus and the grading scheme for this course to take these considerations into account. So the lowest mark that you receive as on a term test will count for 7% of your final grade. The remainder of the term tests will count for 15%. So if this is the only term test that you get a bad mark on, it'll count for 7% of your final grade, which is not a big deal. This is an opportunity to learn from your mistakes and adopt a growth mindset where you continue to get better and better at the term tests by forming a study group, attending lectures, attending office hours. Okay, so this test will set the tone for what we're looking for in evaluations. They'll be very similar to this. So I encourage you to do everything in your power to get ready for the next term test. We'll all get through this together. Thanks a lot.